Here in a little bit. Meanwhile, just a heartbreaking update. A young man who was reported missing in Orlando last week was the victim of a deadly hit-and-run crash. This according to Florida Highway Patrol. FHP saying Anthony Mejias was struck by a driver off of Orange Avenue by Prince Street last Friday. Investigators are now searching for that driver. If you have any information, you can call Crime Line anonymously at 1-800-423-TIPS. In fact, this morning joining us live to talk about that case is our good friend Barb Bergen. She is the executive director of Crime Line. Barb, good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
Doing good. We deal with some heartbreaking cases, Barb, and this is just one of those. We had the mother on yesterday pleading for her son's life. We find out that he actually was the victim taking a bus from Tallahassee of getting a hit-and-run case. There was a layover at a bus station. What is believed to have happened once he got off that bus and then about a mile and a half away was struck and killed?
You know, from what I'm hearing, he lost his phone on the bus or something. They wouldn't let him get on the next bus. So he's trying to make do and somehow ends up away from the bus station and is the victim of a hit and run. But, you know, Ryan, and I think Kim Montez, Lieutenant Montez from FHP's told you guys this, our hit and run deaths are out of control here in Central Florida. And as good citizens, we need help. We have got to have our citizens help us locate the vehicles involved and the people driving those vehicles. To leave somebody on the side of the road like that's just, I can't, it's unimaginable.
It's terrible. It's a great point. And Barb, this is a tough case, even though it's an emotional case, because it was 2:30 in the morning. So obviously it's going to be limited witnesses. What do you look for in terms of tips in this case? And have you gotten any tips at this point?
I don't know that. I think we've taken some tips in this case, but here's what we're looking for. Anybody who has a car that all of a sudden has unexplained damage, you know, the windshield looks like it's crushed in, the side mirrors are missing, and they're hiding or concealing the car, that's usually one of the first flags, if you will, that'll tell you that car has probably been involved in a hit and run. They'll take the car, they'll try to hide it, they'll park it in the back of a parking lot or in a garage or cover it or something like that. So if you know anything like that, this isn't the only hit and run. So we'll take information on all hit and runs that are happening here in Central Florida.
Barb, we also want to touch on the case of 15-year-old Antoine Roberts. He was shot and killed at the corner of Paramore Avenue and Columbia in the middle of an afternoon last December. Have you received any helpful tips there, and what do we look for in this case?
So we have taken some tips in this, but we're talking a 15-year-old young man that's shot and killed in the middle of the street. You know, it was pretty much in the day. We know there were people out and about, unlike this 2 o'clock in the morning hit and run. Now we've got people who should have been out and about, completely anonymous to that neighborhood, to the people who live around there. If you know anything, we urge you to make that phone call to help this family. 15 years old, his life should not have ended on that day like that.
It should not have. Two cases that certainly need closure. Barb, thanks for everything you do at Crime On, and thanks for the update this morning.
Have a great day. Thank you.